Hi. So let me bring in more perspective to it. Is this time really free? Have you all ever got the opportunity of speaking to a soldier or a terminally ill person? A soldier in the battlefront might have a couple of hours or days to live, or he or she might not know how long of a time that is left for them. Take somebody who is terminally ill. I have personally been in situations like that. Very close friends, relatives who have been ill and whom I could see through their eyes their want for time. If you had spoken to any one of them and if you had been around with them, you would realize that they have bucket loads of the so-called bucket list, which they would have loved to have done, but they have no time on this earth to accomplish those. Now that's when we realize time as a concept of advance against the life's achievement. So that's what I would like to bring it to you. My concept is time is something that we get as an advance at the time of birth. It's not free. I'll come to that later. Out of this time, whatever the duration that it may be, 50% we spend for childhood and age life. So I call this as an advance already spent, or what I call a down payment. So you've got an advance, you have to pay a down payment for the life, and that down payment is 50% of your time by way of childhood and age life, both which we don't have full control, and you kind of enjoy life, but beyond that there is nothing much that you could achieve apart from very focused areas of achievement, be it education or otherwise. Now, if you take an average life of 75 years, that means 37 and a half years is all what you have as the balance time for you to do the rest of the things, for you to achieve health, wealth, and happiness. As general mankind, those are the things that we would long for. So out of this 50% of the balance time, 37 and a half years, if you set aside 50% as your sleeping time and time for other chores such as traveling and personal hygiene, etc., you would probably be left with only about 164,000 hours at best. Now 164,000 hours, you would agree, is nothing much. It's technically half of that 37 and a half years, but in literal sense you have 37 years to achieve this entire thing that you want to achieve. That is provided you live for 75 years. So in such a scenario, when this resource is so limited, imagine you trying to waste another's time. Is there any legitimacy in that? I just can't gather any legitimacy in that. Why should the others tolerate you and for you to go and disturb them and take away the limited resource that they have for no reason? So that's the concept that I'm bringing in terms of building on whose time is it anyway, to bring it from a third person's perspective, where I say again, you have absolutely, or I or we have absolutely no legitimacy to waste another person's time.